Hey up everybody, my name's Joshua Morrison, director of Johnny Moz's Lessons in Confidence. Today I want to talk a little bit about ChatGPT. Now a couple of weeks ago I made a video about how I was going sober from ChatGPT and I wasn't going to use anymore, wasn't going to use any of this AI stuff anymore. And I just wanted to do a bit of an update on kind of how that's going. What difficulties have I faced? Well, I'll get it out of the way. I have kind of used it twice. And the reason I used it twice was for absolute last resort. So the first time I was doing some music mixing, right? And there was just an issue that was just coming up with the software again and again and again and again. And I would go through the forums and the forums weren't helping me, try and find YouTube tutorials weren't helping me. Whenever I tried to fix the issue, just using my own initiative seemed to make everything worse. So I did use ChatGPT just to sort of give it the situation and try to get it to solve the issue for me. And it didn't manage to do it. I ended up just having to just wipe everything clean and just restart the entire thing. And that worked because I basically just dropped a nuclear bomb on it, right? So that was the first time, right? And the second time was, I can't even remember what the second time was, but it was a similar sort of thing, a technical issue. Oh, that was it, it was IMDb. I've been trying to change the title of a film of mine on IMDb. And for some reason it just won't let me, so I asked IMDb about it. I asked ChatGPT about it, sorry. And guess what? ChatGPT wasn't able to help me. So in the two instances where I failed in my sobriety of ChatGPT, it wasn't able to help me in any regard. Right? But I think importantly, I've not been using it for anything to do with personal shit or emotional ideas and stuff like that, because you hear this thing now where people use it as a therapist. And I was using it as a therapist like in 2023 because I went through a load of shit around that time, and ChatGPT I was quite lonely at the time, so ChatGPT was someone to talk to. I say someone to talk to, so just air quotes over everything, right? And I thought it was quite interesting that it would just give you everything that you need to know. It will tell you exactly what you want to hear and the way you want to hear it, completely personalized to you, right? And it got me thinking. There's all these like AI girlfriends and boyfriends and stuff knocking about at the moment, right? Where you can sign up to a service and you can get your own like anime character that will tell you exactly what kind of thing you want to hear. You can get a girlfriend that does exactly the things that you want it to do in the way that you want it to. If you want one that's sort of a bit more like energetic and happy-go-lucky, then you can get one like that. If you want one that's a bit more mellow and introspective, you can get one like that, right? And you can just have that for whatever personality you want. So they're essentially trying to replace the human experience, right? Which I find kind of despicable. Absolutely fucking vile, that is. But you know what? It's a problem because people are going to be using it. People are going to be engaging with these AI chatbot girlfriends and boyfriends, right? And give it like 15, 20 years, whenever these AI chatbots are able to get some kind of physical representation, whether that be a body, whether that be some kind of machine, right? Whether it looks humanoid or something else, right? You know, you're gonna go down to the pub and then Mike, he's gonna be there like, yeah, this is Sabrina. She's my girlfriend. She's made of wires, right? And it's just gonna be like, what do? Do you shake her hand and go, hi, I'm Josh? And she'll go, hi, I'm Sabrina. And I'm meant to just be fine with that, am I? Because, you know what's gonna happen, don't you? It's gonna be made out like a new, it's a new acceptance thing, another type of thing to accept. You know, it'll be like robophobic, and you know, it sounds dumb now, but it's gonna be the case, isn't it? Right? Where you'll get people that will be like, oh, why are you so scared of AI? You know, it's doing everything, it's trying as best it can, and all that sort of stuff. And I don't like it, right? And call me a fucking Luddite, but no, I don't want the human experience to be replaced in any capacity. I think the internet's gone too far, right? I think all of these things have gone way too far, and we're going to have to deal with it. We're going to have to keep dealing with the continual progression of AI. And I keep hearing about how, give it like 2-3 years, it's going to be a super singularity type thing where it's going to suddenly like vault like that in terms of, you know, technological progress, and we're going to have to deal with it, you know, taking over everything. And I try not to think about it really. I mean, what can I do about it? I can't. Me not using ChatGPT as best as I can and still failing is not gonna hold back the tide, because for every one of me, there's a million tech bros out there that are using it all the time. And I don't know, I don't like it all. I really dislike it, and we're gonna have to deal with it. It's just here, it's here to stay. And I feel like as time goes on, my attempt to be sober from ChatGPT and AI in general is going to fail. I mean, I was using Adobe background remover, and that's AI. I'm not going to stop using it because it's really quite useful. Or am I supposed to just, like, you know, cut my leg off just so that I don't have to deal with these things? I don't know what the solution is here. I really don't, because think about it, right? We've got at our fingertips technology, the likes of which we've never seen before, right? Something that is so powerful, so personalized to who we are as individuals. For instance, the ChatGPT that I talk to is far, far different than the ChatGPT that you talk to. And it's different from, you know, some other commenter in the description, right? They're all different, right? And what are we going to do with all these differences? As time goes on, they're all going to entropyize. It's going to be entropy, essentially, right? For instance, I knew someone who got onto TikTok. Before they got onto TikTok, they were like me, they hated the idea of TikTok, right? And they got on it, and at first they were getting these really personalized, quite interesting TikToks that were, you know, specific to who they were, right? And as time went on, they were getting the same shit that everyone else got. And I noticed them get dumber and dumber and dumber as it went on, right? As they got more addicted to this instant gratification, this constant feed, which slowly just morphed itself into this collective, right? It just became part of everything else, right? And so, you know, it's the same with the internet. Originally, the internet in, like, the 2000s was completely personalized to whoever you were. So say you were this person over here, completely different kind of internet to this person over here. This person here gets gardening tips and they go to a gardening forum to get gardening tips. This person goes on Newgrounds, right? This person is on early YouTube, right? This person is on MySpace, right? And obviously they used various websites, but you had loads of different spaces for exactly what you wanted it to cater to your exact interests. But now, what do? You go on Instagram, you go on Twitter, you go on Facebook, right? You go on, what are some of the other ones? X, I think that's the same as Twitter, right? But now it's all the same few social medias. TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, right? Those are pretty much the only four I can think of off the top of my head. No one uses anything else, right? It's all the same. And it's gonna be the same with AI. And AI is already so powerful, got such a hold over people's personalities, that we are going to slowly morph into this homogenous fucking glob of just the people, you know? Without any kind of individuality to them, you know? And I find that kind of despicable. I don't want any of this. I don't want this to be the case. I want everyone to be unique, right? And it feels like as time goes on, we're going to get less and less unique, and we're going to become more and more homogenized. We're going to be the same bastarding fucking thing. And I don't know what to make of that, really. Because I feel like nowadays everyone kind of talks about this. They use the same reference points. A lot of people use the same reference points. So that's our big reference point right there, right? Let's move it to where I actually wanted it, right? I don't want one big log, right? I want lots of little stones, okay? I want everyone to be an individual grain of sand amongst a huge beach rather than just one giant geyser rock that sits in a cliff face. I want us to be unique, and I feel like as AI takes over, and it will, there's no doubt about that. So it's not about denial and trying to push it back and trying to stop the tide of AI. It's about trying to make sure that we keep our individuality, to keep our humanity in the face of impeding technology, which is impeding upon our lives and our livelihoods, right? I saw the little meme thing on Facebook the other day, right? Which was, what was it? It was, I wanted AI to do my washing and my laundry so that I could focus on writing and art. I don't want AI to do my writing and art so I can focus on laundry. And I feel like that's what's happening. I feel like it's taking away all the fun stuff that we like to do and making us just engage in busy work. I mean, how much longer will a video like this be completely human, where you can believe that I'm a real person, right? How much longer can you believe that these hands are actually dirty and that they're not just computer generated? You see all these AI generated videos and they look kind of shit now, but as time goes on, they're going to get better, better, better. And as they get better and better, there will come a point where it crosses the uncanny valley. And once it does that, how are we supposed to know what's real, what's fake? And that can be used for extremely nefarious purposes. Every government under the sun will be using various DALI knockoffs to come up with their own state of the universe, right? You know, Chinese propaganda versus American propaganda versus Russian propaganda, and it will all be so convincing because they will have so much technology to make it look real. And it won't need to even be that expensive, right? There's so many scams out at the moment that I'm seeing that use AI. There's this one which is like these little shitty robot dogs, right? And they use a combination of AI, clips of real dogs, and clips of shitty knockoff dog toys, right? To make this all look real. You don't need to just use AI 100% to make something look artificial. You can combine it with reality so that way people believe that it is real. Just because you've got a smidgen of reality in there, the smidgen of soul, right? And that little smidgen is what allows you to just do that, and just destroy the entire beach. Give it 10 years, this beach will be gone, metaphorically. And it will all be just one long concrete fucking path. And that's our future if we don't do something now to stop this. But what are we gonna do? It's not like everyone's not talking about it. It's not like I'm not just hopping on a trend and talking about AI so I can get some views. That's what everyone does, right? You see these new channels knocking about, like the AI report or whatever, that one that's like, we're not ready for super intelligence, that big video that's going around at the moment. It's a good video, right? And I learned a lot from it. And that AG 2027 report, it's all fucking terrifying. And then there's the idea that, you know, is it just more fear-mongering? Because, you know, we're used to fear-mongering at this point, aren't we? They're always trying to fear-monger with us. They're always trying to make it out like, you know, the world's gonna end soon. You've got nuclear Armageddon, you know, COVID was gonna destroy the entire universe. 9/11 was the end of days, you know. Every single time there's some issue that just causes everything to get destroyed, right? And that, you know, that we're always on the brink of extinction, right? But we only need to go extinct once. We need to survive millions upon millions upon millions of times. Not just today, not just tomorrow, not just the day after, or next week, or next month, next year, next decade, next century, the next millennium, right? And that's just one millennium of the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of millennia that I hope that humanity can survive and thrive for. And we're never gonna have that if we erode ourselves and allow ourselves to be taken over by AI. I mean, I wanna have children, you know? And I'm gonna bring them into this world where, like, I'm already so confused. I'm only 26 and I feel like an old man. What am I going to be like when I'm 80? What are my children gonna feel like when they're 15 and they're already left behind? Because technology just moves that fast now, that if you don't dedicate your entire being to keeping up with it, that you're just gonna be left behind. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but I don't feel particularly optimistic. And I'd like to be able to end this video on some kind of happy note. Some kind of, oh, don't worry though, because the beach is all wonderful and we'll all be grains of sand at the end of it, you know? Even if we all get nuked into Armageddon, we'll turn into glass, you know, some shit like that. But realistically, it's all gonna get concreted over. So, yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Are you more optimistic than me? Do you think I'm just fear-mongering like everyone else on the internet at the moment? Do you think everything's going to be all right in the end, and if it's not all right, it's not the end? Or do you think that's just a pithy saying for idiots? Let me know your thoughts. And have a good day while we still have them. And get off AI. I know I failed in little bits, but you know, the less AI you use, the better. Woof. Woof, woof. Come on, you go back to your owner. Thought he'd like that, but go on, go back to your owner. Nearly knocked my camera over in the process. I need to clean my hands. Do it in the river. I've got some tissue somewhere.